Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, and welcome to Impact. As Multicultural Affairs Director for the City of Huntsville, it's my pleasure to often talk to people about a variety of things that are happening in the Huntsville-Madison County community. And one of the most exciting things that takes place every year is graduation. The opportunity for young people and some older people to be able to experience a lifetime achievement, whether they're graduating from a elementary school or a middle school. Sometimes it's a high school, college, etc. This is really a great time of year to celebrate the academic accomplishments of people. And of course, as part of that academic accomplishment, many young people look forward to getting scholarships to be able to attend colleges and universities all over this nation and around the world. Today we're going to meet some individuals who recently were awarded a scholarship to attend college, and we're very excited about the possibilities that this type of opportunity presents. And we're going to meet them in just a few moments. But first of all, I want to introduce Benita Hample. She is a social media marketing expert. I'm going to call you an expert because
okay, thank you.
Probably far better than most of us with these things. Who works with Inspire and Achieve, which is a local foundation that provides scholarships through the Miranda Bolden General Scholarship Fund.
That's correct.
And we want to welcome you to the broadcast.
Thank you so much.
And you, of course, coming off of a very big cycle of scholarship awarding and making a lot of young people's dreams come true. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. We've awarded through the Miranda Bolden Scholarship 10 this year. Started out with 7, and Mrs. Bolden decided to increase it to 10. So $1,500 to high school graduates and a Dell Inspiron laptop they received. So
I understand it was a touch screen.
It was
model.
a touch screen, yes it was.
So we're talking top of the line here.
Absolutely, $900 value laptop. So these students, even though it's a $1,500 scholarship, most students are all of them are very appreciative. These are some of your top students, and they wrote essays to be able to qualify for this scholarship. And there was other qualifications, such as a 3.0 or higher, and they had to have a certain ACT or SAT average. But they were able to write in, and through that, the scholarship committee had judges throughout the industry that judged these STEM essays. And through that, these children were chosen. And so we're just extremely excited to be able to award kids and celebrate their penmanship.
Right. And of course, we wish we could have all 10 on the set today, but we can only manage having 2.
Absolutely.
And we have 2 of those scholarship winners, and I see they've got their money smiles today. Just so happy to see you guys still beaming. We have Alex Smith. She is one of the Miranda Bolden Scholarship winners. Congratulations on your scholarship.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also
much.
Jonathan Shields is also a winner of the scholarship. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
Good to have both of you guys, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But I wanted Benita to make sure, because we're going to YouTube this and it's going to be aired a lot of different places. People may not know who Miranda Bolden is. So tell people who she is and the company that she owns, and a little bit about why this scholarship was established.
Absolutely. Miranda Bolden is the founder and CEO of Logicor Huntsville, and she basically has employees all over the United States. And in order to give back to our community, she established the Miranda Bolden Scholarship privately. And since 2006, 38 scholarships has been given. And of course, that number has increased this year by 10.
Winners, right.
Yes. But then also, she's established some university scholarships through the University of Alabama, the University of Auburn, and UAH. And so it's just a great reach. And her heart is to give back.
Yeah.
And she's certainly making a difference in our community.
Well, Logicor is a very successful company, and you said offices all over the nation.
Yes.
And doing business around the world. And it's great when you can see someone who has had the success that she's had with that company give something back, because really that's what it's all about. And I think it's one of the things that makes Huntsville a great community. The fact that you have people who invest and reinvest, not just in their company, but also in the quality of life in their community, especially as it relates to young people.
Absolutely. She has a vision to basically, in part, she's a leader herself. So to raise leaders. And I think that through these scholarships, we certainly are identifying our future leaders and being able to champion with them so that they can meet their goals as well.
Yeah, and I love you saying future leaders, because Alex and Jonathan, of course, are those future leaders. And one of the things I always tell young people today is that not only are you future leaders, but what you're going to be then, you're becoming now. That's why we're investing in you. That's how come we're supporting you in so many ways, and that's why these opportunities are so important. I gotta know though, because you got the money smile on right now because the scholarship's been done. But you hear about this scholarship, and both of you, of course, want to go to college, and we'll talk about where you're going in a few moments. But you find out about this scholarship, and there's an application process, there's an essay to write. How do you approach that process? Because there are a lot of people listening today who'll be in the running for scholarships next year. And they'll want to start thinking now about how to prepare themselves. So what did you do to approach this specific scholarship process?
This scholarship is for students who are interested in having degrees in math, science, or technology or science. So I would say to those students, if any of those topics interest you, then you can start getting ready to try to apply for next year. Mm-hmm. So when I first found out about it, I said, well, I love math and I'm pretty interested in technology. And so I said, great, let me see, test my luck with the scholarship. And then you pick a topic that's given to you, the ones you can pick for the scholarship. You pick the one that best interests you, and then you write about it.
Mm. Okay, Alex, what about you?
As far as planning for scholarships and filling this one out specifically, I just made sure I stayed on top, regularly checked the deadline for it. I wrote my essay ahead of time. I didn't do it last minute. Great piece of advice for anyone out there who plans to apply for a scholarship.
Keep going, because you're saying some good stuff here.
No, you really have to plan ahead. I actually made a binder and put dates and deadlines so I could keep up with everything. But specifically for this scholarship, really I focused on my essay and making sure it was well written. I had each point I wanted to hit, I had it written down, and everything I wanted to say, and just keep checking over it. That's a piece of advice I would give to upcoming seniors.
Yeah, Benita, I think Alex has a future as either an author about how to win scholarships or as a consultant.
Absolutely.
I mean, already she's demonstrating some wonderful techniques, and Jonathan as well, that said some great things. And so you actually submit for this scholarship, and then there's a waiting period because it's silence almost. It's like, did I get it? Did I do the right thing? How many more people am I competing with? And so you got all these kinds of things going on, and then you get the news, and it happens. What is that moment like?
It's exciting. It really is. And it's very refreshing to see how all your hard work eventually paid off at one point, and then see your entire family happy for you as well. It makes you feel really good about yourself on the inside.
Where were you when it happened? And did you get a letter? Did you get a phone call? Did you get an email address? What about a text message? Because this generation does a lot of texting. How did you get the news?
I was upstairs. In my room watching TV, and my mom came upstairs very excited. And I'm like, Mom, what you excited about? And she said, you won the Miranda Bowden Scholarship. And I said, I did? Awesome. And that was great. So that's how I found out about my mom.
Yeah. Did you go back to watching TV?
Yes, sir, I did. Right afterwards. I can't miss my shows.
Yeah, all right. I got that part taken care of now. Let's get on with it.
Right.
Very good. What about you, Alex?
I was actually just laying down on my bed. I was scrolling through my emails on my phone, and I got the email first before my mother did. And so I just nonchalantly, I was like, hey, Mom. And she was like, what? I was like, I got the Miranda Bowden Scholarship. She's in the living room. She's like, oh my goodness. And she starts yelling and screaming. I'm like, yeah, Mom. She was so excited.
Yeah.
we were both excited.
You both mentioned parents, and I know parents have to have an awful lot of pride and satisfaction in seeing the labor of their efforts and their love, pouring all of that into you for so many years, and now you've reached this transitional point of going to college, and you're actually awarded a scholarship. You got to give a shout out to your parents and tell us a little bit about how important they are in this journey for you.
Right, most definitely. I love my parents. My parents are my biggest cheerleaders. Those days where I don't feel like doing something, I would say, Jonathan, wake up or get ready for this. I'm like, okay. So I love my parents because they always support me in whatever I do, no matter what sport I chose to play or what interests me the most. My parents are always there for me.
Yeah, yeah. Alex?
My mom is definitely, she's my hero. She has been supporting me since I was a freshman. My mom and dad got divorced, and she's been raising me on her own since I was 15. And we've gone through so much together, and I honestly can't, she's just my hero. And I think that I'm also an only child, so when things like this happen, she just gets that more excited about it. And me going off to college, it's been tough because I know she's going to be heartbroken when I move off, and I'm really going to miss her. But she's done everything for me, and I wouldn't be where I am today without her. She's truly my hero.
Wow.
She really is.
All right. Shout out to mom and dad. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Benita, I wanted to ask you, this is not an easy situation when you have so many qualified people submitting applications, and the judges must have had a pretty tough job because I actually came to the awards program and heard those essays of the winners and thought, wow, this is just amazing. And this was 10 of the people who submitted applications. Obviously, there were many more than that. So talk a little bit about just that whole process. And I know it has to provide you, Ms. Bolden, and lots of other people great satisfaction knowing that people are not just interested in this scholarship process, but they're actually submitting some very good, well thought out work.
Absolutely. There was the judges spanned from industry professionals, some Lodge Corps employees represented there, but also other representatives in the industry. And it was based on points. And so no school was listed on the judging scoring sheet or anything like that. It was very, very fair. And they went for a weekend, took off on Saturday and volunteered their time and scored these essays and really thought about it. And the scoring system was developed by the committee, and it's taken very seriously. So we're very thankful that we had a representative from each county to win this year. So our reach has really expanded, and we're very excited about that.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that hit me when I was listening to these 10 individuals present these essays at the event was the depth of knowledge and understanding that our young people have today, and the things that they are thinking about, the things that they're being challenged to write about and research and explore. And I'm just curious with Alex and Jonathan, if you can tell us which essay you chose and why you chose that essay, because I was really impressed with hearing the information that you all were faced with doing some research on and then coming up with some kind of an essay. What was motivating your selection, and what did you pick?
The topic that I chose was UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles. And the reason why I picked UAVs was because in the last few years, there are becoming a lot of press about them in the media, from the military use of them to commercial use, with Amazon using drones to carry packages for service. And so I decided it would be pretty interesting to learn more about UAVs and to talk about them. And the stand that I made was, I believe that the United States should use UAVs for the military use, but we also have to take precautions and steps to protect the innocent people of this nation.
Alex?
I also wrote about the same topic, and as Jonathan said, UAVs are becoming more common. You're hearing about them more on the media. I also focus on the emotional standpoint as well. Sending UAVs into combat would save a lot of lives as well. And I just know I see videos of soldiers and military men and women coming back home and seeing their children, and it's truly heartbreaking, and it's inspiring, and it's just, I think it would be great not to have to send a mom or dad into the line of fire and not have to take a parent away from a child. I just think that that's something that we should really focus on doing. And I also took the standpoint of supporting UAVs.
Okay, so you're both Buckhorn High students.
Yes, sir.
And have you graduated yet? Was that yesterday or
Those-
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
21st, yes, sir.
Okay, so how are you feeling?
Butterflies. It's bittersweet. Everyone says that, but it's really bittersweet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking forward to starting a new chapter, but closing this one, it's going to be kind of sad. It's going to be kind of sad. I'm thankful for my time at Buckhorn, though. Really am.
These last 4 years have been amazing at Buckhorn. Go Bucks. I can't say that enough. And I feel just like Alex. I'm happy and sad. I'm happy to start the next chapter of my life, but at the same time, I'm sad to leave the people that you've been knowing for so long since middle school. And it's like by now we're family. And so to leave them, that's the sad part to this process.
Yeah. Is that what you'll miss the most, just the people that you've been with or the experiences that you've had that you're going to really miss? Or is maybe a combination of both?
It's both. It's both for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and also the teachers and the staff at Buckhorn, I developed so many close relationships with them, and I'm a little bit skeptical of if I'm going to get that in college. You know, you hear about class ratios being 200 to 1, and I'm planning on going to Alabama, and that's something I'm a little bit nervous about, and I feel like I'm just really going to miss that close connection and, you know, the ability to have that go-to and feel comfortable doing that. And I think we can both say that the teachers have been outstanding, and the staff, they've treated us, they're so great, and we wouldn't trade them for the world.
Wow. That's a great testament to education and certainly the profession of teaching, which of course I'm an educator as well, so I'm always excited to celebrate in the success that students have, because this is a great opportunity to do that. And Alex, you just mentioned you're going to go to UA.
Yes, sir. Roll Tide.
The big T, Roll Tide. Oh, absolutely. You know, at the very least, you got a great football team. And, you know, at the most, you have a fantastic educational system that will provide a wonderful opportunity for you. What is your choice of major?
I'm planning right now information management systems. Hopefully looking to go into management, work with some companies, I think, as of now. I really like working with people. I like to find ways to make things better, more efficient, so that's something I'm looking to go into.
And Jonathan, you're going to be going to UA Huntsville?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what is your selection of major?
I'm going to major in computer science, so programming, things of that nature.
Do you like computers?
Yes, sir, I do. And computer science is very heavy on math, and I like math because 2 + 2 will always be 4. And so I figured, why not go into computer science?
Sure. You know, I'm always in awe of people who just, you know, embrace computers for all they are, because even though I appreciate them and enjoy them, I have a little bit of a deficiency because I grew up in a time when computers were not readily available. And so I watch people, you know, and I know I'm getting my job done, but I also realize I'm stumbling through things because I watch people use computers, and the depth of knowledge and understanding that they have is also always remarkable to me. When you talk about UAVs as well, we know that computer technology undergirds that as well, and there's just so much, I think, you start talking about being the future leaders. It's the very stuff that you're going to be studying and researching and working on that's actually going to present us with the future. And so that's pretty exciting. Especially, Jonathan, you mentioned Amazon and delivering packages. I'm looking forward to my first UAV delivery from Amazon. I'm like, is that pretty cool or not? I don't know, but it sounds like it could be pretty cool.
Right.
You
Yes,
know.
sir.
So we'll see what happens. Alex, I got to say, you know, again, I'm very impressed with your approach to the scholarship thing, but I'm interested from both you and Jonathan about how you're preparing for college now, other than just thinking about perhaps what clothes you're going to take and what courses you're going to select and that kind of thing. What other kinds of things are you doing to prepare yourself physically, emotionally, and otherwise for college?
Well, I know at the gala we actually received a book from Miss Bolding, I do believe, on I think it was Tips to Surviving Your Freshman Year of College, and I definitely flipped through that, and there are some really useful tips to that. I don't think reading a book is a bad thing to do before going to college. It was actually advice from previous graduates, and I actually found a lot of it really helpful. I never thought about reading a book. I guess it kind of sounded silly at first, but when I started flipping through and reading stories, I was like, this could really be useful. As far as like physically, I made the Crimsonet line at Alabama, so I've got to stay in shape over summer, just, trying to run and still go to the gym, things like that. So that's my advice for
That's pretty
planning.
exciting.
For me, it's more emotional, as in I'm starting to spend more time with the people, my classmates, before we head off our separate ways, get our final goodbyes and make our summer memories. And I'm also laying out some more goals that I have. I have my short-term goals that I plan to do at UAH as well, that I'm very excited to start. So I would say to just make amends with the people, your future classmates, and to also have goals for yourself so you know when you go into college what you're there for and what you want to get done.
Yeah. And college is very expensive, obviously. So all of the financial support that you can find is great. The fact that you've been given a laptop computer, touchscreen laptop computer. I want to keep emphasizing that. I've been blown away from that ever since you first told me that. But the fact that you have these early resources that can help you with your success is important to you. And as you think about the scholarship that you got, as well as the laptop that you got, I'm sure that you're probably incorporating that into your success plan as well. And those are tools that you'll be able to use in your college experience. Are you applying for other scholarships as well, perhaps?
Yeah, yes, sir. I actually submitted one 2 days ago
Okay.
to Eagles Nest Ministries. So I'm still applying. Any and everyone I come across, every penny counts, even if it's a small $500. Every penny really does count, I think. And Jonathan, I know you've been applying for scholarships.
Right, yes, sir. I've just been doing the best I can when it comes to the scholarships. Just like Alex said, every money helps, especially down to books and room and board. And so I've also been applying. I recently received a Vigilance Scholarship this past week, and I'm very blessed and honored to receive that as well. So every bit helps.
Congratulations once again. You guys are the best and the brightest as far as I'm concerned, and I'm just excited that we've had this chance to talk. Benita, the Inspire and Achieve Scholarship opportunity will go on, the foundation will go on, and then the Miranda Bolden General Fund Scholarship will go on as well. Tell people how they can connect to that information. I know you're heavily engaged with social media, you're constantly pushing information out, and this cycle is going to come around again, and you're going to want to have lots of applicants. So how can people get connected to the information?
Absolutely. We have a Facebook and a Twitter page, Inspire and Achieve. Inspire Achieve 1 for Twitter. And we also have a Instagram for the kids to follow there. And information goes up every week, every day. And so we actually had a scholarship committee meeting today, just addressing some of the things that we'd like to do for next year and proposing. And so we're excited to be able to highlight the Miranda Bolden Scholarship once again for 2015.
Oh, that's great. And we're really looking forward to that again. We know you'll bring back a new set of winners next year.
Yes.
And an opportunity to talk more about these great things. I want to wish Alex and Jonathan great success in the coming year. And you'll have to come back on my radio show and tell me how things are going.
We will.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love that.
All right. Benita Hampel is a social media marketing representative with the Inspire and Achieve Foundation. Alex Smith is an aspiring University of Alabama freshman for this fall. And Jonathan Shields is an aspiring student at the University of Alabama, Huntsville. So you got to stay home with us.
Right, yes, sir.
All right, it's no problem. No problem. And you're still part of that great UA system that has that football team, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that football team.
Roll Tide?
Roll Tide.
All right, very good. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We want to thank you for being a part of our broadcast today, and we hope that you'll tune in for our next edition of Impact. I'm Kenny Anderson. I hope you have a great day.